On the 26th of March 2025, I left my house to go collect the Guinea corn pap I sent someone to purchase for me 2 days before. A few minutes while I was walking on my street, I overheard a young man who was coming behind me asking the two foodstuff shops in the Yoruba language saying, "Ejo, ṣé ẹ ní rice?" which means, "Please, do you have rice?" And the two women who are selling in the shop answered him respectively, "No, no." And then he walked faster than I was. I immediately observed that he was not putting on any clothes, not even a singlet, but the top he intended putting on was on his shoulder. Then he put his head in the cloth and one hand and was walking towards the express like that. In my mind, I was just smiling that at first you were not putting on any clothes. Now that you decided to put on the clothes, you put only your head in the top and one hand and you were walking like that. At that point, it was just a step away from me. Then I said in the Yoruba language that, with a smiling facial expression, I said, "Bros, ẹ káàárọ̀, ó yé mi pé aṣọ yẹn lè nira láti wọ̀, ṣùgbọ́n ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ wọ̀ dáadáa." Then he smiled and put on the clothes immediately. Meaning, I can understand that this cloth may not be convenient to put on, but please put it on very well. He put it on immediately. He smiled. I told him, "Thank you, sir." I observed that a shop across the road will surely have the rice you want to purchase. Then I called his attention to it that you can go buy the rice at that place. Then he said, "Thank you." I went my way. 3 points I want us to learn from this story. Number 1, empathy. Empathy is simply the capacity to understand other people's point of view. Try to put yourself in the shoe of other people. Empathy is simply the capacity to put yourself in other people's position. You see the way I spoke to him, I could understand that no person in his or her right mind want to be walking naked on the street. Who knows, maybe he's lost in thoughts, that he's not even fully aware of what he was doing. With the way I spoke to him, he was able to come back to his right frame of mind. The same thing to other things you are doing out there. Are you the type that you take bike that elderly men ride? Normal. Any elderly person that is riding motorcycle, you should know it's because maybe there is no other option. Now, the person told you the cost of the bike. Instead of you to accept and not stress the man, you were still pricing the cost of the bike to the extent that the man will look at you that it's not your fault, it's because I'm in this position. It's not supposed to be. Even if you cannot up the money the elderly man requested from you, just ensure you give them the exact money and not stress them. Or you are the type that when you go to shopping mall, grocery mall, you don't price, but when you see that mama that maybe all the things she's selling is not up to 10,000 naira, instead of you to just buy the price they tell you and you leave, you will price. Where is the empathy? When we have empathy, you create a serene environment. Or you work in an office because you felt it's none of your business and you have the idea of what they can do that will help them solve a particular problem that will be giving them issue. But because you felt it's not part of your job description, you kept quiet. Where is the empathy? When you have empathy, you try to feel other people's pain, and that will help us to have a better environment and community, even country as a whole. Then number 2, being polite. Look at the way I spoke with him. On a norm, if you like, you should walk naked on the street. It may not really affect me. But how about we creating a better environment, a sane environment? Because if you walk like that on the street, maybe a child sees him or anybody that never thought of walking like that on the street, it will already sow a negative thought in that person's heart. And that is one of the problems we are experiencing today. So many years before now, nobody could walk almost half naked on the street. But maybe somebody somewhere started it and nobody questioned it, nobody tried to call the person's attention to it. Everybody believed they can do anything they like to their body. And we, the believers, we should not forget that our body is the temple of God. We have no power over our body. As long as God is concerned, you cannot treat your body the wrong way. So we need to be polite. The way we talk to people matters. Imagine telling somebody, "I'm sorry." It's different from saying, "Ah, I'm sorry." The same word but different expression. Being polite is simply being well behaved. It has a lot to do with both what you say, how you say it, your body gesture, the way you communicate it. Maybe your boss is trying to call your attention to something, whether you are wrong or you are right. The way you respond to it will determine maybe you are polite or not. Or husband and wife, spouses that are having challenges. If one person is shouting, the other person should not shout. Both parties should know when to be silent and when to talk, and that is how being polite can come alive. And if there are spouses who already have children, their children are automatically learning how to be polite, whether you tell them or not. The way you respond to people, the way you behave to people, the way you react to situation, what happens to us is not as important as our attitude towards it. Or you are a father or a mother that you were looking for something in the house, you automatically believe it's your son or your daughter that took that stuff. Then after some time, when you saw that thing, and before then you've punished this child, you yell at him or her and even scolded the child. Now that you eventually saw what you were looking for, wisdom demands that you call the child in a polite way. "I'm very sorry." There's nothing wrong when you tell your children, your child, that you are sorry when you know you are wrong. You are teaching them manners. You are teaching them how to be polite. "I'm sorry. I accused you wrongly. Please forgive me. I apologize. It will not happen again." And things will go smoothly as it ought to be. Because all this problem we are having in our society today, it started from the home. And if we can get it right from the home, the next generation will become better than what we are seeing now. So we need to be polite the way we talk to people. People are going through a lot, and a lot is going through people. If anybody is behaving in a manner you felt is not right, for you to know it's not right, it means you were in your right frame of mind. Then look for a good way to call the attention of that person to it. It's not by fighting or feeling self-righteousness. No, you just see yourself like you have the privilege to call the attention of that person to it, and the person will be very grateful about it, especially if the person is wise. I know people are different. Just do your part and leave it there. Then the last one is provide solution. Give solution. The Bible said it is better to give than to receive. When we talk about giving, it's not only money or material thing. When you give wisdom, you give advice, you give encouragement. Maybe if I did not show him that shop, he may still be going about several shops looking for where to buy what he was looking for, but I was able to provide a solution. The same thing, maybe you are in the office, you discover that your boss is trying to get things done and you have an idea. Give the idea. You don't have to have any financial benefit. You are already blessed, and the purpose of being blessed is for us to be a blessing to others. Or you are in the market, you discover that the goods you have is finished and somebody wants to buy it, and you know it will take you 2 or 3 months before you can get that particular goods, and your neighbor who sells the same kind of product have it. Why not just help the neighbor to sell it? It is better to give than to receive. When you help your neighbor to sell it, you are blessed already. Provide solution. What can you do to help? When there is darkness, when there is challenge, be the light there. Be an helping hand. Think of how you can help out situation to make the burden lessen on anybody that you have opportunity to help. Provide solution. Don't just only think of self. I want to believe you picked 1 or 2 points from this story too. Which of the 3 points stood out the most for you? You can drop it in the comment section. Thank you so much for listening to this story, and you can do well to like, share, comment, subscribe, so that more people can get to know about this and we learn more from it. Until I come your way next time, my name is Folakemi. Bye.